Listen to me. We is here again at WeCaribe Whappin. So we are here today and I have a very special person with us. We have an elder of our Wolaba community. He is also a politician, which is also very good. This conversation will get juicy real fast. And he's also a friend, a mentor, someone who is coming from the industry of teaching and education. No one else than our own Mr. Edgar Campbell. Mr. Edgar, thank you for being here with us, sir.
You're welcome. And you don't have to call me 2 times. This is our one, and I'm just ready.
All right.
I'm ready because I feel like we have a lot of message for our people. And not only message for our people, message for others which grow and live with us. And I think it's time that we can send out a message so that they can understand us, understand who we are, what we're looking for, and understand also that they and us are one at the end of the day.
And I love it. I tell you, no, say it was going to get juicy. We jump right into it. We're going to find out who is they that him talking about. Mr. Edgar, let's start from the beginning. And we don't want to long out the thing like water, but we have to know. You are very much respected. Here in Costa Rica, we call you profe. Profe means professor, professor, right? So could you tell us a little bit, let the people know about your background as a retired educator, sir?
Well, I born in Limon. My parents was here from Olaba, my father. And I remember when I was growing up, I used to go and come. And he told me that he didn't want me in the farm. So he sent me to school. So we had a confusion in the family. The grandmother wanted me was to be a lawyer. The aunt wanted me was to be a doctor. I wanted was to be an engineer. And I ended up being a teacher. I worked in the system for 42 years, and I think I give the best of my knowledge to the children that I try to prepare. I give them the best I had, and I'm still giving the best I have because I think that when you give them the right and proper preparation, you have men and women for a better tomorrow.
Wonderful. I love it. And you know, teaching is something that we revere as one of those careers that are very respectable in the community amongst just as much as doctors, teachers, nurses, because we know say education was the key. You mentioned something important, Mr. Edgar. You said your father was from Wolaba. I want to clear that up. I want to clear that up because for those of you around the world and for those of you from Costa Rica who know Wolaba, Puerto Viejo, we know that we have original founding families and we have those families that are world-time ancestral family from Wolaba. And I would like for people to know who your parents was in the Wolaba tribe, please and thanks.
My parents was the Montague family. My grandfather, which was David Montague also, Alejandro Montague. He was a teacher here in this community. And my father, Mr. David Montague, well known as Alejandro Lewis, he was one of those outstanding members of the community who works to develop this community with other families, these ancestors' family from the community. So I don't come in from right there, so you know. I come in from a way back there.
Yes, sir.
And when I say way back there, I mean to say we're coming with that thing that the ancestors put for us. Because sometimes when the people them here we're talking and we're remembering things, then we know what we remember. But it's that thing what we have in the genes, in our cells, that yesterday thing, it wake up every today so that we can be who we are and who we want to be for tomorrow. And that is what I'm trying to share with my community, and especially with the children of the community.
Yes.
Because if we can work on the mind of our kids and teach them our culture, and our culture is not only cooking rice and beans and dancing calypso.
Tell them.
We have stronger things than that.
Absolutely.
Because when you talk about philosophy, when you talk about medicine, when you talk about that ancestral ties that we have in the community. We still live in that here in Wolaba.
Yes.
And the most important thing, our parents said something to us. Go to school because I want you to be a little bit better than us. But what they never tell us that keeping near to the land that give the ancestral people the power that they have, be near to that land, it makes you stronger and bolder men and women for your community.
Absolutely. And this is the type of strength. This is why I love speaking to my elders. Now, the reason why it was so important for me to make ascension and an essential focus on the family name and the family history and ancestry is because of the topic that we will be going into, the whole topic of, you know, the tribal rights that we have. But I like to use this program, everybody, to make you know what happened, like what happening right now. When we talk about legacy, the Montague family coming from a legacy of education as well. You see, say, your father or your grandfather was an educator. So that is very important because from our ancestors, them go ahead and them put in that kind of work into us. You also mentioned that it was very important for him to send you to school so that you could get education that they didn't have. Talk to us about that, Mr. Edgar, because that's very important.
When you grow up in a community where your mother tongue is English, you read Royal Reader, Tropical Reader, you study with Langman's arithmetic, and when you go to Spanish school now, you have to learn to talk Spanish, you know. And I can't forget, when we were Spanish school, we have healthy talk the Spanish. But we try our best and we had good teachers because we had a group of teachers come all the way from Heredia and come and teach me. And after our people start being teachers and them give us the best because our teachers, and I want to emphasize on that, our teachers was not good teachers. They were excellent teachers because they do not only teach us to read and write.
Right.
They teach us to live between one another and always have an helping hand and an helping attitude for the others. Because we understand that we're not an individual, we're part of a community. And that is where our strength lies. And even though sometimes we have a little disruption between one another, we cannot forget that we are a community. When I go out and study, I went to Lilimon High School, had great professors there. I went to the Technological and I started studying industrial engineering. And after I get myself a little involved in things of playing man and I go get married. All right, that was all right. And after that now, I came home back because I have to take care of kids and things like that. And I started working at the Limon High School. And Mr. Vincent Parks introduced me to the National University, to the School of Education. And I get a license in that school. And it took me as a teacher to be a representative in the teacher union, president of the teacher union for a good while, being a representative to Education International representing the Costa Rican and Latin American teachers, being vice president of the National Football Association, the UNAFUT, being the vice president now of the National Cooperative Council. And I think that all these steps that we have been doing in our life is not something that falls from the sky. It's something that we have been building through the communal connection, through being acquainted with sports like the football, like the basketball, and the kids that pass through our hands and give us a purpose to work a little harder for our communities.
And you know, it's very important because, you know, everyone, if you know listening to Mr. Edgar very carefully as I am, him often revered right back to legacy when him speak about the youth, when him speak about passing on the knowledge and making sure that we're doing things, thinking about the youth them. And I touch on that topic a lot with legacy because I would take this opportunity right here so WeCaribe Whappin to explain something as I learned it when I was growing up, the way it was taught to me. We are from a tribal community, yes, and we're fortunate to have a few families that are the founding or original or originating families of this community. And for what I understand, each family have a legacy that them leave based on what their great grandparents used to do, move on to them grandparents, parents, so on and so forth. So I was taught, like for example, now in your family, education was one of them. I know farming was also one of them for many of our families. So I was very much concerned to take this opportunity for people to understand that when I keep talking about legacy of each family, I'm talking about what that family derived from and what they made sure they passed on from generation to generation as auto-sustainability, whether it be spiritual, financial, or otherwise. Right?
One thing that is very important in this, and it reminds me the concept of community. When I was growing, I was not my mother and my father and my grandparents' child. I was a child of the community. So I could go to Miss Mia's house and play with our children, and I will have breakfast there. I go over by Doña Maximina house, I play with our children, and I have a dinner or supper, and I go by the next place and I get a helado, and I go and I look on television by the Chinaman, and all of us grow together. And make us say it in our good language, the Panya, the Indian, the Chinese, all of we grow together like brother, and everybody talk English, and nobody don't look at one another with that difference, and them respect where each and every one coming from. When we go to school, we play ball together. Sometimes we catch a fight. We catch a fight in the morning and we wake up in the evening drinking cola or drinking fresco. Nothing do happen. That concept of community is what I lived. And it gave me the opportunity to take that concept to school. Because when I started working as a teacher, I remember that I had a lot of my friend children in school. And I remember that when them come with them children to school and them want me to teach them, they said to me, I bring this child to you, and you know I want you to take care of him. And when that parents come and tell you them want you to take care of him, they really want you to take care of that person, you know. You know, joke business, because they're looking for you to give him the best. So as a teacher, I try to give them the best, and I try to understand with them and reason with them that they understand that the limitation that they have is the sky. That when they're thinking and anything and them dreaming, don't dream to pick down one star out of the sky. Shoot off all the stardom, and you must bring down all of those that you want. You must have a purpose in life, and I try to teach my kids them that. Work for a purpose. And now what we have to do now is work with our kids and with our elders and with our people to let them understand that we are one, and we have to work for the purpose. The purpose, because we have to regain the respect in the community. And not only the respect, we have to understand that our attitude has to be changed. We can't keep up with this thing just only rebelling around and talking up the place and not doing nothing. We have to organize and focus on what we need and what we want and find a strategy, the way that we can conquer all these things that we need. Because me ka take off me hat, me no can see me year good. Me no boy again, you know. Me no boy. And this, you know what? We have to left something for the picnic them. Excuse me. And when I say the picnic, them ask him, if he say, "Fee, you one and Fee, me one, and the next one too."
And you know, it's funny you say that because it ties right into legacy. This that Mr. Edgar talking about what we have to leave for the children them. What him talking about the unity. Oh, we grew up with all type of different ethnicity, and as long as the community is getting what they need and we respect each other's space, this is part of the legacy as well. Part of the legacy that have been left behind and has been forgotten. Mr. Edgar, let's just jump right into it. We're going to talk about our Afro community. Let's talk about our Afro community. And I'm not talking about only Wolaba. They can't go and get juicy now. We're not talking just Wolaba. We're not talking just Kawita or Manzanillo. We're talking Costa Rica as a whole. But let's start with the Caribbean, South of Costa Rica. We're talking Limon right now. You ran for deputy, which would be a congressman for those people who from states and foreign, in run for Congress now. And the strategy for that, Mr. Edgar, we always talk. And the strategy was not necessarily always looking to win. Sometimes if you win is good, but sometimes getting your foot in the door so that you can make space for others to come into the door and through the window and hold space on the table where decisions being made. That is very important. So you are an elder in the Council of Elders for our tribal community. You ran for congressman. You're also the president of a corporation and president in many other spaces. Tell us what you think about the movement for our Afro-Costa Rican population here in Costa Rica. You talked about what we need. Please go right to it, Mr. Edgar. What we need. You talk about stop the chatting and not getting no results. Right to the meat, Mr. Edgar. What we need and what we're chatting about that need to change. Because I'm tired of the meeting and I can't see no results.
I think it's a matter of attitude.
All right.
A matter of attitude, and I think the next thing is a matter of self-belief, self-reliance, a matter of security. You have to be sure of who you is, and you have to be sure of what you want. As a teacher, as a professor for many years, I can say that our people is prepared. And we have very well prepared people in our communities. But we have people that think with all our preparation that they are not capable enough. So we have to start believing in ourselves. When I was contacted to run in politics in this last campaign, I questioned myself because at this time of life, I'm not a boy. I'm an elder. And when I spoke with the family and with my friends, they say it's an opportunity. And I was not in the best position for winning, but I was in the position to open a door for others. And I take it boldly and I run. And what I can tell you is it was an extraordinary experience. I was backed by the indigenous people of this community, by our Creole people, our Spaniard, and our black people. And I'm going to tell you something, that day was raining, like was a day of blessing. And I see some of our elders, and when I say elders, I'm talking about people who come out in their wheelchair, who come out with the crutches and come and vote. And that is a message. And that message that we need to change. Our people have a dream, as Martin Luther King said. And I am trying to walk in that path with our people. And I'm trying to open the door. Winning is not being sitting in the Congress. Winning is have the boldness to participate, understanding where you are and what and who you represent. Winning means that you can go and open A door, B door, C door. Participation is a key. It's a key. And it's a key not only to open a politician's door, it's to open the door of life of our community. where our people, with our preparation in the different fields, can be in position.
And Mr. Edgar, I believe everything that you said, and I agree. I would speak for the people who write in all the time to me, and even from my own experiences. It's important that with all of this that we're doing, we're able to take youth with us to start teaching them the way, so that when the elders need to move on to assessing, move on to guiding, move on to giving advice, you have those who are younger preparing coming up. If the elders do not want to give room, what are the young ones to do? These people that you say, we have prepared people in our communities, people who have the will and have the way and have the smarts to do it, maybe even have the time and the overstanding. What can we do to convince these elders to make a way so that these youngins can come on in and start learning and take on some of the responsibility?
Well, we have to move strategically in the community. I think it's a matter of planning and preparing, inviting, put the kids to do with us what we used to do in those days behind, when we used to go to the beach and we used to cook the crabs and we sit down and eat the crabs and the elders around and we was talking and chatting about this and that. That was a way to transmit the knowledge. Now we have to fight against technology, but we have to find a strategy that we put technology to fight with us and for us, not against us. And the other thing that I think is important for us is, as I say, probably as a teacher, I always have a way open and a door open for the younger generation, because they who have to take over things. And I believe in my youth. I believe in them. And when I say I believe in them, it's because I've been preparing them for many years. I believe in them, and we have to open the door. The strategies, open the door and let our kids participate. And what we must do is just draw aside as the council of elders and let them understand that they must be advised. Sometimes they have the proper knowledge to make a decision, but the elders, we had passed where it rained already. So by the look of the cloud, we can tell them if the day will be rainy or not.
Very important information for us. And, it moves us right into this segment with talking about the topic of the tribal rights that we have. We know that is something new to our country, not a new law that we have, not a new right that we have. We've just now had the opportunity to smarten up and learning how to use this right of the ILO 169 to apply it for our tribal communities. We know right now we have 7 tribal communities according to the decree, and I believe 3 more that when certain groups got together, they wanted to consider. Let's go with the 7 that are on the decree, the executive decree that the president did a couple of years ago, I believe in 2022. And that's going to be, we have Wolaba, we have Manzanil, we have Kawita, correct me if I'm wrong, we have Limon, we have Matina, we have Guasimo, one more,
Siquires.
and Siquires.
And Colorado.
All right. Them other 3 is what them they add after. Them say,
Yeah, but
them want say Six Saola, Tortuguero, and Barral, Colorado. All right. So let's take them in as our tribal tone them. We know that the constitutional Supreme Court of this country last year gave an order, and it recognized these tribal communities and recognized the tribal community as of Talamanca. I would like to know from you, sir, there is a homework at hand that the municipality of Talamanca is supposed to develop a tool to consult with the Afro-tribal people of the Talamanca area, which would be us here in Wolaba, our brothers and sisters in Manzanil and Kawita, right? Let's just say that for right now. What do you have to say about the process that's being done, and what can you tell the people about the topic?
This is a very important topic because for the first time they're going to consult us about how we should be consulted.
Correct.
And in this way, they give us a great opportunity to create an instrument with our participation. It depends on us as a community, the quality of instrument that we're going to build. And I insist, we have the knowledge, we have the talent, we have the people that can go in making sketch of that proposal that we want to present. But it's important that we work pretty fast on it, because if we do not work on it, others will work on it for us.
Exactly.
And it would be not in our favor. And the next thing that I think is very important, this 169 had been in the environment for a good while, and we just making use of it. Just making use of it. And I think that what we must do is make sure that this document that we want them to prepare, or what the municipality want to prepare, be what we need.
Exactly.
And not only what we need, that we can handle ourselves within it to make sure that our rights
Are protected.
is being respected, accepted, respected and accepted.
Yes, sir.
So when we do that, we will be advancing. But I want to,
Reiterate.
again, if we do not do what we have to do, others will be doing for us like they have been doing for the last times in history. And we have a way, we have a possibility now to bend history in our favor. And I think what we have to do is do just what we have to do. Bend it in our favor.
Now, for make sure the people them understand, everybody, when Mr. Edgar talking about we have to do what we have to do, let's be clear. These instruments to consult with the Afro-Costa Rican tribal population of these areas is something that the tribal community, Afro community, must do. It's not the municipality going to do it for us. It's not the government have to do it for us. So when Mr. Edgar say we have to get up and do what we have to do, let's use this opportunity to tell the people of Wolaba what it is that we have to do, and also transcend to the other brothers and sisters in the other tribal towns what they may look at or have looking forward to that they can expect. We have a series of assemblies that the municipality has put together with our help and our consent. And it's 4 of them. We have the dates already. And in these series of assemblies, the Afro-tribal community will be making their decisions about this instrument. This instrument needs to include children, young people, elders, people with disabilities, etc., so that the people can have an idea of what we're doing. What say you, Mr. Edgar, that the people can really understand the importance of why they must show up to these assemblies, and we'll soon give them the dates?
This is solving an historical problem, and by participation, not by imposition, by participation. Many times we have been sitting on the side and saying, what happened, them don't tell me, and them don't pay me no mind. This time we are begging one another to participate. You can't stay up on the sideline and think say you can lick a home run. You have to be in the game. You can't sit down on the stadium of the bullpen and fight the cow. You have to go in at the pen. And this time now I begging everybody to go in at the pen, because we're not going to go fight the cow.
Lord, please look at them and tell them to
We're not only
show
going to
up.
go fight the cow, you know what we're going to do? We're going to make him in a beefsteak and eat him too.
All right.
But we only can do that with our attitude. Going and demanding not what we want, what we need as a community. But we have to be demanding. And you only can demand when you participate.
Exactly.
If you don't participate, you don't even have the rights to criticize no one.
Exactly.
Because that we can't do good, Criticize no hell. But when the time we have to come to put with shoulder, everybody a shift the shoulder. It no work so.
I thank you for telling them that. And with that, I will tell you this. Municipality gave me some days. Let's hope that these dates will work. I'm talking about May 26th for the informative assembly. Because it's very important. One of the things that the ILO points out in our rights is that this consultation must be informative. It must be previous consulted before they do whatever project in our communities. And the majority of our people must thus give their opinion, decision, and approval. So the 26th of May is when municipality said them come in Wolaba to do an informative assembly. Now them said the 2nd of June is when them going to do another assembly. This is for information, but more formation in the development of this tool. And then again on the 9th for another formation assembly. And then on the 16th of June, we finish with the last assembly where we're going to conform and read up everything that everyone proposed, read the last proposal, and hopefully vote for it with approval. Again, I say the approval is for the Afro-tribal Costa Rican community of Talamanca, in this case, Wolaba. I really am concerned that the tribal Afro-Costa Rican people of Wolaba show up to these meetings.
What I can say is an open invitation for you and I to participate. This decision is we are taking, You know, them must take it for we. We have to take it. We have to make it. So we have to put the shoulder to the wheel. And the next thing which is very important, very, very, very important, talk to your neighbor, talk to your brother,
Spread the word.
talk to your sister, talk to your granny. And if your great-grandfather is there, talk to him too. You can bring him out, make him come out there. Because you know what? We need everybody's opinion about that. And the next thing I would like to say before I finish this segment, we are a community of fighters. We're always fighting to survive. We're always fighting to come ahead. We're always fighting to grow. But we can't fight against one another. Because we fight against one another, we're going to turn losers. So I advise everyone that regardless of the differences that we have, which is normal in humanity, let's come together on this issue which affect each and every one of us, because it's time of building. And we're building because we are in a new era. And we have to build, not for you and me. We are go. But we have to build for them, they will come. Make them not pass through the struggle where me and you are pass through.
Exactly.
So, as kind to the old man, they used to say first time, before him go away and left with, take your time and walk fast.
That is the one you give me all the time, and I love it. May I go write it for a t-shirt and wear it up and down the place. Listen to me, Mr. Edgar. That is a very important topic, and I want for the people to really understand, because you have a lot of talking, a lot of writing, and all kind of thing going on in this topic of the tribal rights. But for us here in Wolaba, you as an elder who is there at the assemblies and is part of this whole movement for our town and our jurisdiction, we do not refuse anyone that want to learn about the topic, that want to help within the topic, or want to be part of the topic. Rights is something that is for the Afro-Costa Rican community, but yet anything that affects us affects the community as a whole. And in our community, we have a vast difference of different ethnicities. I mean, we're so blessed and fortunate. We have people from Canada living here. We have German people living here. We have from Czechoslovakia. I meet people from Panama, Africa, United States, all over. And plenty of them make this them home. Some of them buy land, and some of them is here so 30 years and way back all of 40 years. I want them to know, Mr. Edgar, that is not our intention as Afro-tribal community, that when we win, we fight. We not going to take anything that we have and make no trouble for the community. We want to embrace everyone. So we're asking for all of them to come out and understand what's going on.
I just want to remind each and everyone in my community, Wolaba, which is your own and mine's also. Whenever it rains sometime and the water, the little drops, the light pass through it, we see many colors, all the colors of the rainbow. And I want you to remember this concept good, the colors of the rainbow. If you take out one of those colors, it stops being rainbow. Olaba is like the rainbow with you and me. Those children of yours that born here yesterday, I can't tell them belong to East, West, North, or South because they are from Olaba. And they believe it more than you and me. And it's important that you understand that we are one community. We are not dividing anything here. We are fighting for our rights to strengthen our community. It's true, we are Afro-Costa Ricans and we want to handle ourselves by the law, but not leaving you out of the law. You is part of us. So at this time, and as Velvet said, we are just fighting to strengthen up our rights so that we as a community, we can live in harmony. And what I'm trying to do in part of the political issue around is taking our problem, our land problem, to be revised. Because we need that our government remember who this land belongs to yesterday and who we sold it to, and that we stop all these conflicts that we have. We want peace. And part of our job is to build that peace. And let me say it in my Creole, you are me, and me are you. So you know what? Let's put hands together and get this thing going ahead. Because you have to live here with me and me have to live here with you. So take it easy, boy. We're going ahead.
We're going ahead. We're going ahead. And very important that you realize, Mr. Edgar touched it and talk about the lands. There's many other projects around our area that could affect us directly or indirectly. But one of the biggest things that we're talking about is the land. Because the government here in Costa Rica, they're not trying to take the land, they're taking the land with all kind of excuse. You understand? With land, national park, Indian reservation, enough respect to our brothers and sisters in the indigenous side of the community. But we have to stand strong because we have a rights that is even above the constitutional rights that allows us to protect what is our ancestral and traditional and cultural, lands and language and everything else. So these are some of the topics where we're asking each and every one of you, learn about the tribal Afro rights that we have. Learn about the tribal laws that we have for the communities. Learn about the tribal laws that we have for the country so that you can know what is going on in your tribal community as well. And now we're going to wrap up this segment with going into one of the wonderful projects that Mr. Edgar has. And this project is dear to me, to my heart, because my grandfather, he was a cocoa man. The wealth of my family, the education of my mother and my uncle, the man, my aunt, the man thing, even myself, forward from the strength of my grandfather in the cocoa. So we're going to leave this segment. Mr. Edgar, you is the president of the Corporation for Cocoa. It named Coopecacao Afro, Coopecacao Afro. And it's been around for some time. Please tell us, how long has the company been around? You are the president. Tell us a little bit about the products and what we can expect, sir.
Being the child of a cocoa farmer in this country is a very extraordinary experience. We had been one of the richest communities in this country when I was a boy, until 1979, 79, 80, when we get affected by this fungus by the name of the Monilia. When we get affected, we didn't know exactly what it was and how to handle this disease. And many of our people had to leave their places, run away to look job in the Limon area, or some of them go away to the United States. And the land leave here, and some of it had been squatted. And otherwise, well, some of us went away and go to school and work outside. So when I was reaching time to retire, I asked myself what I'm going to do with what my parents left. And I decided to come back home and go and work on the farm. In a couple of weeks after I started working on the farm, they invited me to a meeting because they wanted us to organize Afro-descendant farmers or children of Afro-descendant farmers to recover the cacao industry. But more than recovering the cacao industry, the idea was to do something that we could put a break on the not exactly selling of the land of our forefathers. Many of us was giving away the land that we were selling. So with that recovery of the cacao industry, a group of us, many of us professionals, we have lawyers, doctors, engineers, business administrators, veterinarians. We decided to work on the cacao, and with some of our people who have an emotional intelligence beyond those of us who go to the academy. So we decided to make our little organization. So we start fixing up our farm, we start grafting over our farm, and we start doing what we call field schooling, going from farm to farm and doing the job we have to do with our people. So the time had been passing, so we start thinking on the organization which could back up us the right and proper way. So we decided to make a cooperative.
Very good. No, you're good.
So when we make the cooperative, that was 10 years ago. Our program are around 12 years now.
By cooperative, it means corporation. Corporation, no?
So when we think about the name, we think about Coopecacao Afro, which means cooperative of
Cocoa.
Afro-descendants cacao, something like that.
Nice.
So that's the way. But when we start thinking and building our logo, or our brand, it took us around 4 weeks. We were like in a rat nest because everybody want A, B, C, and D. So we had also come to some agreement. So that is where we have this heap of colors, what demonstrate the multiculturality and the pluriethnicity of our community.
That's
because
beautiful.
in our organization we have indigenous people, we have Spaniards, we have
Afro.
Afro, and we have others. But this is what it represents. And the most important thing for us is that we demonstrate to ourselves that we can do things and we can impact in the community.
No, question. Sorry to cut you. When you say the corporation itself, is it black owned? Would you say it's Afro owned?
Yes.
All right. I want to make sure you know that, because you know I already say, as a Pan-African sister, I love that what we're doing can extend to unite even other ethnicities to learn our thing and to help us to develop our thing. But it's very important that across the world, and even in Costa Rica, you know what is Afro owned. And this corporation is Afro-owned, not only by Mr. Edgar, but some of his partners. It's very important that you know that. Mr. Edgar, tell us about quickly the other products that you have, because I don't want to go out of time and them don't know. We have the chocolate. No, it's que you have to go out the line because you beat around the bush, and I want to get to the juicy one that I really, really love. I can't get enough of it.
What we decided was to do is add value to the production of our farm. So we produce chocolate bars of different flavor. We have black pepper, orange. We have salt and salt.
With caramel.
You have caramel, and we have 70% chocolate. We have chocolate, pure chocolate 100. We have 80%. We have keto chocolate. We have cocoa butter. And otherwise, we had been working in another field. We're making wine now, but not out of cacao. We're making wine out of sorrel.
That is the one I want to know. All right. We have to wrap up because we're time finishing up, but please make them know. We have wine.
All of them the same thing, you see? It make with love. And you know which love? The ancestral love, because all our world people, we was here, and we're coming, and whether we over there, them, the whole of them just combine into this and make this. And I'm going to tell you what as I watch it, but I don't know to say it in English, but I'm going to say it in Spanish. Nuestras barras de chocolate tienen historia, pasión, sabor y sentimiento. Eso es todo el corazón que le metemos a lo que estamos haciendo. Y estos productos que nosotros hacemos son productos hechos por manos de mujeres de nuestra comunidad. Lo que estamos haciendo es produciendo empleo. Tal vez no es que nos vamos a hacer ricos nosotros, pero nuestra comunidad se enriquece con el empleo que nosotros podemos hacer y con los emprendimientos que nosotros hacemos. And excuse me, because sometimes I live in a Spanish country, sometimes I can't say the thing in English, but you can translate it from the computer.
Yes,
when you want
man, everything is AI, you don't know already. Look, I saw Sarah say the time gone because there's so much knowledge we could get from this elder, from this friend, from this master, from this teacher, from this professor. But right here, so and WeCaribe, you know, we're trying to do something new. We need to have one channel where we can get the information to the people then by way of the people them. So no don't know already. Right here in WeCaribe, in Wolaba, Costa Rica, Lemon. We want to say, Mr. Edgar, thank you for visiting us. It won't be the last time, correct?
You know that I'm so far from you as a phone call. And you know I'm always willing.
Yes, sir.
Because your grandmother,
Miss Evelyn.
Miss Evelyn.
Rest in peace, Granny.
Miss Inez.
Lord of mercy.
All of them, the lady, when I was growing up and when you see them pass, you see, you look like Hyla run off of them. I have to remember them, you know. Pretty woman. And those are the people who I grew around.
Yes.
So that is what
you want to inculcate.
And Mr. Dudley, your grandfather, he had been for us here in this community.
Yes.
Not only a mentor, is that person who reflectively he give you the best advice. He always have. So he is always present in what Coopecacao Afro is doing because he reminds us what made us rich yesterday and can make us rich tomorrow.
And this is exactly why here at WeCaribe we want to honor man like Mr. Edgar while them living, not when them pass away, while them living. You're doing a wonderful job, sir. And I always make sure that we work together in whatever is best for the community. So, don't know already, job blessed. Blessed love from WeCaribe.